What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Sanabul 70 boxing gloves. So stay tuned. So today we have the Sanabul 70 boxing gloves. We'll do a close-up, weigh-in, and review on. This comes in this all-white color scheme with the black script, which I'll explain here in a second. I got mine in lace-up closure. They also make it in Velcro. I got mine in 12 ounces. You can get it, I believe, also in 14 and 16 ounces. This uses the same artificial leather, synthetic leather material that you can find on the Sanabul Battle Forge, as well as their Gold Strike model gloves, which does a really nice job of replicating the look and feel of leather. Definitely one of the more higher end synthetics that I've used and I felt. And it's really nice in that regard. Feels really good too. Now, the look of the glove and the theme is supposed to be kind of the old school California martial arts and skateboard culture. And you can see with the kind of pictures they put here on the back of the glove, you do have that martial arts gi, boxing gloves, skateboard, and the Sanabul logo, and it's kind of this own unique script. Kind of reminds me of an old like cartoon in a way. I want to say The Simpsons, but kind of like an old cartoon style design. And it looks pretty unique. Obviously, it may not appeal to some, but some of those that are into kind of the artistic design and you just happen to be in boxing or MMA, this might appeal to you from a design standpoint if you want to stand out. It does say Sanabul. You have a flat cuff on the back right there, and on the inside you have nice long flat laces, double stitching, really nice large grip bar, as well as a leather attached thumb, or should I say synthetic leather attached thumb. Sanabul is written vertically on the outside of the inner wrist, and padding wise you have a medium density foam backed with a harder foam on the inside that butts up against your hand of about half an inch. Same thing on the back of the wrist. You have about, again, a half inch, which feels like a denser, like EVA style foam, and a nice, really smooth satin liner. I believe these gloves are made in Pakistan. I know there's a label on the inside here. Let me just double check if it actually shows where it's manufactured. If I can't grab a hold of it with my one hand, we'll do it here in a second. But I'm pretty sure these are made in Pakistan. But again, 12 ounces. Pretty cool looking glove. Let's go ahead and put this thing on the scale and see how much these weigh. Being a 12-ounce glove, these would be perfect for these. Those of you that want to do bag work with these, let me go ahead and reset that. Make sure it's on properly calibrated. But good for bag work, mitt work for sure. And the right glove is right at 12.1, so almost, well, 12.0, so exactly on weight. The left glove is 11.9, so pretty much exactly on weight. That's great to see that both gloves are exactly on weight where they should be. Let's go ahead and do the review. What's up, guys? Carlo here, and today I'm reviewing the Sanabul 70 boxing gloves. Got mine in 12 ounce, so lace-up closure. Comes in this one design with the all white and black script. You can also get it in 14 and 16 ounces, as well as a Velcro closure model if you want to go that route. Now, the whole theme behind this glove is kind of that old school California skateboard and martial arts culture, hence the design on the glove, the hand compartment of the glove. You have kind of that martial arts gi, the boxing gloves, the skateboards. So it has a unique look to it. It might appeal to some of you, it may not. Just completely depends on your personal taste. Some people like that unique look to it, especially now with the boxing and mixed martial arts community. There's more and more designs and styles that are coming out that appeal to a broader range of individuals. So me personally, I'm kind of the old school boxing style. I like really clean, simple looks. But again, that's just me. That's my personal taste. Some people may love this. You do have a Sanabul that's written on the back of this flat cuff. And other than that, other than the style of the glove, everything else is pretty standard. It uses the same synthetic leather that they use on Sanabul's Battle Forge, as well as their Gold Strike gloves. Does a pretty nice job of replicating genuine leather, and probably one of the more higher end synthetics that I've seen. Just like Rival, how they use their version that they call microfiber. It does a really nice job. You can see it has kind of a a grain look to it. That replicates leather. That looks really nice. You have a large grip bar, an attached thumb, nice parallel thumb as well. Nice long flat laces there. White piping, about a 1/2 inch of padding that's denser on the inside of the wrist and a little bit softer on the outside. These gloves, I believe, are made in Pakistan. You have a nice satin liner on the inside that's very smooth. Doesn't bunch up. The back of the wrist has the same synthetic material that they use on the exterior of the glove. And again, about a half inch again of dense padding on the back of the wrist. Being a 12-ounce glove, this is a little bit more on the lighter side, perfect for bag and mitt work. Obviously, I wouldn't use these for sparring, maybe some light technical work, but definitely a great bag and a mitt glove if you're looking to use it for that. Quality-wise of these gloves, they're really nice, actually. I mean, looking at it, couldn't find really any flaws in terms of the actual material. You can see that the synthetic is really nice and consistent throughout. The pattern of the glove looks really clean. The stitching looks really good, especially where the thumb meets the index finger right there. Stitching looks good on the grip bar. Right here around the thumb looks clean. On the outside edges looks really good as well. All the way down to the cuff right here. It says Sanabul right there in the vertical. The double stitching around the palm looks really good on the inside of the wrist. Liner is really clean, no rips or tears. The piping around the cuff is done really well. Holes are poked out nicely. I do wish there was ventilated holes on the palm as well as on the thumb to give the glove a little bit more breathability, and maybe a couple other colors. That would have been kind of cool to see other than just the white, maybe like a blue or red. Would have been pretty cool to see. Kind of maintain the same script, or maybe if you had a blue, then make the actual design of the skateboard and like the gi like a white, so it kind of has that contrast. But everything looks really good right there. The glove itself, it's pretty well balanced. It's not too top heavy, so you can see the weight distribution is done really nicely with the glove. You do have a hinge point right there, and you can actually see the thickness. Now this actual padding right here is a layered foam padding that has, I'd say, a medium density to it. It's not super firm, and it's not super soft like a horsehair style glove to where when you push down on it, your fingers just sink right in. So it gives you a great amount of feedback as well as good protection. I'd say right there in the middle with what you're looking for a training glove. So you can really use this really for anything. If you go with a larger glove like a 16 or even a 14-ounce glove, then you can definitely use these for sparring. They're not too stiff or too broken in for a sparring glove where you'll do too much damage on your sparring partner. So overall, the quality on these gloves are really nice. I mean, I couldn't really find any flaws with this glove. Now, the actual comfort, when I slide my hand in here, gloves are really comfortable. Nice deep finger compartment. You also have a piece of neoprene over the fingertip. Thumb is nice and parallel, not too short. If you have maybe a little bit of a longer thumb, I would recommend maybe going with a little bit of a larger glove. Definitely a 14 or 16 ounce, because I could definitely foresee your thumb maybe jamming a little bit in there. Again, I have a medium-sized hand, so I don't have any issues there. Piping around the thumb feels really good. It's not too tight. Grip bars in a good spot. And once these are all laced in, it feels really good. My one qualm I'd say about this glove is I wish that this flat cuff was a little bit more narrow and wasn't so wide. You can actually see there's a little bit of a gap on both sides of my forearm because this flat cuff is kind of stiff. And even when I do, pull down, really lock the laces in, even when I wrap around it, what that ends up doing, you kind of get one of those where the cuff kind of flares around your forearm rather than sealing everything off. So to me, I would have maybe cut down or trimmed down the side of this a little bit more, or even more, just don't make it a flat cuff and maybe make it a triple cuff. Just something that's not so flat and stiff, so that when you tie these laces and go around it, it doesn't give that kind of that buckling look that you see right there. So that right there, to me, you lose a little bit of the support around your wrist because of that flat cuff and it being a little bit too wide for the wrist. So that would be, I would say, would be the only issue I would see. But a nice broken in feel to it. Thumb feels great. Overall, the comfort of the glove is definitely there. I'd say the only area I would be concerned with is going to be around the wrist and the forearm. Protection and performance, like I mentioned, I would say it's medium density multi-layered foam padding. Get a really nice crack out of these gloves. Good layer of protection. Not overly protective. It's not like a Tidal gel bag glove where when you hit the bag, it just absorbs all the shock and you really don't feel anything. I mean, for those of you that have hand injuries or want max shock absorption, then these gloves wouldn't be for you. But they still do a really good job of protecting your hands and absorbing shock. But you can definitely feel your knuckles kind of push through a little bit more with the padding that you use on these. But overall, perform really nicely. For this 12-ounce version, again, I'd say these are optimal for bag work. Like I use these for my Nazo bag work, use them for mitts, and being a little bit more lightweight, you can use them for speed work, get a nice crack out of them. So definitely really impressed in that regard. Cost-wise, these gloves are right at $100. So to me, they're right in line with gloves in that range as far as just the quality of the gloves, the performance. I think they're well worth the $100 that you're paying. I know a lot of you guys have the argument about synthetics. Some of you guys aren't fans of that. Some of you guys are. And I just tell you this way, keep in mind, there's a lot of brands now that are kind of going towards the higher end synthetics like Rival, and that are still charging $100 on up for synthetic gloves that they call microfiber. And to me, as long as they're evolving with the quality of the synthetic gloves and doing a much better job of creating these, and they're being tested and they have the same durability as a genuine leather glove, then for me the price is justified in that regard, as long as you're keeping up with the quality and the gloves do what they're designed to do and last a long time. So for $100, I definitely think these gloves are a really nice choice, especially for those of you that are looking for something that looks unique, has a different design, doesn't look like the same boxing glove that you see out there. And definitely think they're really good, especially for doing mitt work at the 12-ounce size, hitting the bag. Really impressed with this glove. So if you guys have any questions or comments, again, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. Put the link in the description box where you can find these Sanabul boxing gloves. See you guys next time. Peace.